Good evening. A year more difficult than many imagined is fast turning into a nightmare for the HSC class of 2021. The Premier today refusing to lock in an exact return date for face-to-face classes for...
In the peak of the pandemic, one game released which took the world by storm, featuring cross-play and cross-gen gameplay on PC, Xbox and PlayStation, with a gameplay similar to old-school Halo days with a new portal mechanic to spice things up. 1047 Studios captured lightning in a bottle with their hot new multiplayer shooter, Splitgate. However, given enough time, the community moved on and eventually forgot about this free-to-play title. In July 2024, Splitgate was announced coming for spring 2025. The writing was on the wall, and the original would eventually close, which led me to booting up the game for the first time on the 2nd of October 2024. After completing the tutorial, I booted up my first game of Team Deathmatch. Initially, I was very rusty, trying to get my aim in on a controller and also getting used to the dynamic of portals mixed in with the gameplay reminiscent of Halo. Little did I know the lobbies would be filled with a plague of bots.
No.
Unbeknownst to me at the time, due to the severe drop in players, it will boot up a full lobby of bots after 5 minutes of searching for a game. Furthermore, I later found out that the servers were based on region matchmaking, thus being in the land down under meant I was only ever paired up with one other person for the majority of the time. After claiming my very first win, I went to check how many wins I needed. (1,047 wins. The grind is so bad that even the guide creator said that you will more than likely fail before obtaining this trophy. With over 193,787 trophy hunters that have booted up the game or earned a trophy, only 412 gamers were crazy enough to obtain this trophy. But before we get ahead of ourselves, I am one win into this journey, with my first trophy, so it begins, for completing the first game. Killing Spree also unlocks for getting 5 kills without dying, and finally, Killection Agency unlocks for getting 10 kills without dying. In my second game, I tried out some of the various modes on offer, which in this case was Fiesta, where you spawn in with a random assortment of guns. This proved useful as I was able to test out different weapons at no cost of having to wait for a special spawn. In my third game, it was a complete whitewash against the bots, as I earned my first quad kill.
Social credit deducted.
The reward is unlocking our fourth trophy, Unstoppable. After around 5 matches, I'm already starting to look for ways to keep me engaged. This came in the form of limited time weekly modes, which provided a much needed spark of energy and excitement, even though the lobbies are still filled with bots. At the conclusion of the match, back-to-back unlocks for getting 25 double kills. I then quickly unlocked some more trophies, such as Fragtastic for getting 15 kills without dying. The first milestone trophy I hit was the trophy Dangerous for dealing 10,000 damage to enemies. The second rarest trophy in the game is Battle Hardened for dealing 500,000 damage, thus meaning I'm only 2% of the way to this trophy. At this point, I'm only a couple of hours into playing, and after getting 25 revenge medals, I unlocked the trophy Fool Me Once. My stats are currently 12 wins from 12 matches with 11,000 damage dealt. Another 40 minutes passed and I noticed a couple of more players were online. I started to have heated rivalries with the real players. It felt extremely personal anytime we would take each other down. I quickly found the laser flag in the limited time mode became the quickest possible way for me to win solo. It also has the added benefit of instant near kills, which prompted crowd controller for getting 10 triple kills. The next trophy comes at the very start of the game, as after I land my 10th first blood medal, Initiator unlocks. As I started to progressively get better and more efficient at playing the laser flag mode, I started to unlock the hidden benefit of kill through portals. By far my favourite map was Carmen Station, which enabled the perfect setup for me to farm out easy bot kills.
Some games are too addictive to put down. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be taking a look at real-time simulation game Farmville.
Sometimes there's simplicity in feeling like you're dominating even if your opponent isn't sentient. Don't quote me on that, but it's true. After the match concludes, I unlock one of the easiest trophies over here for 25 kills through portals.
Get over here!
One of the most luck-based trophies is Trickster, which requires a player to run through your portal and off into the Nether. With only a limited number of maps which can actually produce a portal kill, I position one of the portals directly under the flag spawn, and with a little luck, I have my first portal kill, and at the end of the game, my first silver trophy unlocks. Another hour passes, and I continue to grind out whatever kills and wins I can get my hands on. I achieve another milestone, which is reaching 500 kills, which unlocks On Fire. With 500 kills now in the bag, it only made sense that my next trophy came in the form of 50 victories, which unlocked Expert.
I'm Brandon Collins, and I'm a mustard expert. This smells like mustard.
Some time pass, and I reunite with my fellow Concordians in Charles and Potato. The mad buggers are also willing to achieve the impossible, just like before. We played for around 2 hours together, which tremendously helped in speeding up wins and matchmaking. One of the most skill-based trophies is performing a collateral with the railgun, and for me, an opportunity lines up to take down 2 players who are running for the flag.
Skill issue.
Once the game concludes, Lasered unlocks. A quick stat update, I'm tracking 80 wins after a couple of days of playing, which makes me just 7.64% of the way there.
Are we there yet?
No, Chris, honey, we're not.
Are we there yet?
No, Chris.
Are we there yet?
Yes, Chris. Yes, okay, we're there.
Liar!
I looked to play the sniper mode, which I hoped would provide an opportunity for a double kill with the regular sniper. Thankfully, after 2 hours of playing, the opportunity would present itself, and the collateral was able to land.
No maidens.
When the game ends, 2-for-1 specialist unlocks. The no portals mode was by far the quickest method available to farm wins. Not only was there a high chance of being matched up with bots, but the mode also had capture the flag in rotation, and depending on the map, you could smash out wins around the 1 minute mark. 20 minutes after unlocking 2-for-1 specialist, veteran unlocks for playing 100 matches. And with a quick stat check, I'm at 98% win rate, but still not even 10% of the way to go. To speed up the wins, there's simple tactics such as turning off crossplay and playing the limited time mode if they are faster with no portals. Unfortunately, in Splitgate's case, there was no avoiding the time sink it required to achieve 1047 wins. It took a solid 15 hours and 30 minutes for me to climb up from 100 wins to 200, doubling my win count, playtime, and mental agony.
Are we there yet?
No.
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 This point is further compounded when it took nearly 5 hours to eke out 37 wins on one night. Spare some wins?
Sure.
You didn't put any wins in there.
Yes, I did. I put hope in there. Hope. Don't spend it all in one place, Raggy.
When there was a fun limited time mode, I would dedicate my time there to break up the mundane no portals mode. By far, my favourite limited time mode was Survival Brawl. This was a small imitation of the Hunger Games style, where 10 players are dropped into an arena. Within the first 20 seconds, most players are dead, and as long as I could survive the initial start, I found I could often hold my own and take down the remaining bots, leading to wins in less than a minute. The problem with playing solo is that I often face loading times around the 4-minute mark. If you times 1047 by 4 and divide the result by 60, you are left with an approximate 70 hours alone in waiting times just for the wins. As a win update, I'm now sitting at around 280 wins with 302 games played, which finally means I've passed the 25% mark. I pumped the brakes on trying to achieve the quickest amount of wins and instead focus on getting kills. This was to achieve the second most rarest trophy, which only 1.11% of trophy hunters managed to achieve. The trophy that I'm referring to is Battle Hardened, which is the second last trophy and unlocks after dealing 500,000 bits of damage. I achieved this feat at 316 wins, and so the question is now, what do I do next? Well, I quit. It was discovered that you could join a game, and if you quit, the win would still count if the bots won. So instead of actually playing the game, I would quit. Combined with the PS Portal, I was unstoppable in my ability to quit. While watching the Formula 1, I would quit. While spending time with the dog, I would quit. When trying to sleep, I would quit. Got to the point where all I could think about was quitting, followed by quitting, and quitting. 7 months passed since I last earned the Splitgate trophy, and I'm now sitting around 500 wins with about a 30 to 40% chance of success in bot lobby wins. That is until a fabled day on July 23rd, where 1047 Studios announced Splitgate would shut down in around a month. With the announcement, hundreds of trophy hunters flocked to the game to try and clean up the remaining trophies. This meant the bot lobby quit method turned null and void due to the opposition being a full squad of real players. I looked to reunite with my fellow trophy hunters and absolutely lock in like never before. I'm talking 16 to 18 hour days, all-nighters, and living and breathing a dying free-to-play shooter. This was my only chance of succeeding, noting I had to get more wins in a month than I had accumulated over 9 months. Respect to 1047 Studios, they promised that the game would be updated to enable offline play after the shutdown. Lots of players then questioned if trophies would still be possible. Unfortunately for those who were unable to play during the month-long notice, 1047 Studios confirmed the stats required syncing with servers to enable the trophy to pop. Hence, the trophies will be unobtainable post-shutdown. With my squad now locked in, I flew up to 782 wins, then 831 wins. It was a super slow slog as the announcement caused no more limited time modes and thus forcing us to play no portals until 1047 wins. After days of grinding and nearly 1,500 games either played or quitted, I was 3 wins away from 1,000. I struggle to even comprehend the expression to describe the exhilaration and excitement when I finally checked my stats and saw 1,000 wins. It took another 3 hours to climb from 1,000 to 1,047, but it felt much more like a victory cooldown lap as opposed to the regular grind. It was an unbelievable sight that I thought at times it would never happen and I would never see the day. And before I knew it, I was just 1 win away from something so few people have experienced. With thanks to everyone who I partied up with, after the conclusion of my victory lap, 1,047 unlocks, which marks my rarest and most time invested trophy I have ever unlocked. And to rub salt into the wounds, it is only a silver trophy. With a playtime of 214 hours, which beats the guide by 86 hours thankfully, my Splitgate journey comes to an end. With this gaming feat now immortalised in the 412 players that achieved the 1047 wins trophy, I'd love to hear from you to know if the 214 hours was worth it. As always, please let me know if you enjoyed, and the best way to support me is to simply check out another video of mine. This is Norenity, and I'll see you next time.